The door's busted. Rebecca? Anders? You in there?
Huh. Rebecca taught me this once. We can jerry-rig these old locks so as they don't open anymore. But we've only ever done that if we're in a real bind. Here, I'll fix it.
Oh no. Oh no. What did you do?
Uh-oh. This looks bad.
Guessing they're dead. What we're doing, guys, is we're just looking for stuff before we go to the bodies. Okay. What did we pick up? Anderson's Charon medallion. This is the medallion you retrieved from Anderson's remains. It is inscribed with the letters Charon. Rebecca's Charon medallion, bit cartridge. Rusty journal. Its display is faded and the buttons are almost entirely rusted through, but you can still make out bits and pieces of what looks like Rebecca's final entries. Lord help me, but Anderson was right. We never should have taken this contract. I thought Monarch was bad, but this is unbearable. Everyone here is blind or addled, or I don't know what. The towns won't let us walk in without an employment contract. I can't even find someone to let me send a message for all the capable folk here. We're stuck. Back home we had to fight for every meal because there was no meals that you didn't make yourself. Here there's plenty, but nobody's allowed to give you one. We've been stealing bits and pieces of life from wherever we can. Anderson is about ready to sign up, offer his life in service to Spacer's Choice just so he can take a shower. Clara, I hope to the architect this never reaches you, but on the off chance it does, I want to say I'm sorry. Anderson and I fucked up. We didn't take the contract for the bits. We didn't take it because Primal sounded cool. We took it because we wanted out. Monarchs are living hell. We were sick of getting sick. Of boiled raptidon and stinking like sulfur no matter how hard you scrub. Of fighting day in and day out. We're exhausted. We thought we could use the contract money to find a place here. Settle down, but this place ain't any better. It's just different. We're starving all the same. We never should have left. I just thought maybe we could do better. I miss you, kid. Marauders at the door. Anderson's bled out. I'm on my way. I won't let them get me. Not alive anyway. I've seen what these monsters do. Or those monsters do.
They were... That bitch! They were all set to abandon us! What would Clara say, huh? Every day she'd ask if we heard from you. And she'd have forgiven you. The kid had a soul that made the sulfur smell like roses. Hard to leave your medallions to rot with you, but Clara would want to be buried with her sister.
At least I know. Ought to have learned by now that getting one's hopes up tends to open them to being dashed across the stars. I hate to say this, but Clara died thinking her sister was still fighting to get back home. I think I'm glad. If she were still alive now, it'd break her to know the truth. Yeah, maybe. I'm used to disappointment. She was still so naive as to let it hurt her every time it happened. Only thing left is to take these medallions home, which means figuring out how to bait the Mana Queen out of our old base. The most pissed off I've ever seen a queen was when a foreign species was on her soil. I'd wager the stench of a primal might do the trick. That'd be boring. Half the fun in exploring is the fact that you're on an unknown trail. I've never had the pleasure of hunting primals, but I hear they're all over Scylla. Let's tear a few apart, shall we? I'm sure they've got pheromones. Everything does.
Alright, we got some ammo, that would be great. Let's take some of these as well, might as well. Oh shit, we've used quite a bit of bits. Let's sell some stuff then. Got a decent amount of bits left. Alright. Let's go visit our friends for a little bit.
What is it?
I've never seen the camp so lively.
Zoe says she fought her way out of a marauder camp with her own bare hands.
You are welcome here.
Oh, didn't see you there. I was just occupying myself with a little engineering. Sorry about that. Machines are cantankerous by nature, liable to take insult and blow a fuse at the slightest mishandling. Are you from town? I mean, you don't exactly look like you're from town. Well, what I meant was you're reasonably well armed and don't look stricken with plague. Sorry, I just wasn't sure if you were from town or if you were one of us. Something's been chewing at me, you see. Fact is, I've been, well, lying. To everybody here. Camp thinks I'm a mechanical genius, but I couldn't fix a busted chair. I'll take all the help I can get. I set my mind to learning the craft of the engineer, you see. I want to make something of myself. You ever heard of the Young Spacer's Guide to Mechanical Engineering? Comes in a set of 3. If I had my hands on one of those data pads, I could teach myself the ins and outs. There's one in the old community center. Should find one back in town, too. Parvati's dad had a copy. He used to take it with him when he worked at the cannery before he passed. No kidding! Really? Well, which one? Look at that! Building a computing machine out of Spectrum potatoes, a primer. I'm just glad it survived all these years. I appreciate you going through all that trouble. In fact, I put aside something special, on the off chance that somebody'd search out those data pads for me. Sure, I'd be glad to take them off your hands. What's on your mind? Couple months. This camp's my home. People you see milling about, they're my family. At least I think of them that way. I owe them my life. Would have died in the wilderness if they hadn't chanced upon me, starving and delirious. We all left the cannery for one reason or another. Me? I was let go. Mostly on account of my incompetence. I mean, I was incompetent. I couldn't even survive on my own. Grace found me, Adelaide took me in, I've been on my feet ever since.
Okay. So there's apparently one here. That's number 2.
I won't tell.
Terminal access company notifications. Edgewater Saltuna Cannery Spaces Choice Property. From the office of Reed Thompson Outpost Administrator. Symptoms of infection have now reached a critical mass. I've instructed our staff to transform the old domicile into a sick house. Plague is a reality of life on the frontier, and as Spacers, we were expected to face up to reality. And the reality is that we do not carry enough medicine to treat all of you. Medical treatment is a privilege, not a right. We must strive every day to demonstrate our worthiness of that privilege. I'm so glad I killed this guy. If you find yourself suffering the symptoms of incipient plague, the best thing you can do for yourself and for your family is to don your jumpers and come to work. Work fortifies the spirit. Physical illness recapitulates spiritual weakness. Or, you know, work someone crazy so that if they do come down with an illness, that's not your responsibility. That's the reality of it, pal. How do we get out of here? Okay, where's number 3? Apparently it's in here. Hey, bro.
Mechanicide protocols currently active. Please do not interrupt.
Forgot about you, my friend. Now this dude is faring down here now. Hey, Higgins. What are you still doing here, bro?
What's eating you? The tail. Definitely start with the tail. If you're feeling adventurous, the ears are a particular delicacy. Forgot what you were gonna say? Me too.
Why are we leaving bro down here is the question. Okay, I guess we can't take him with us. We can't fast travel from that. Can we fast travel now? Nope. Shame we can't take that other robot with us as well. But, I guess keep some company. The dude downstairs. Higgins. Okay, surely we can fast travel now. Perfect.
Any luck finding one of those manuals? No kidding. Really? Well, which one? Ain't that just ironical? If I'd worked a little longer back at the cannery, I might have found this myself. 2 whole data pads? Be still my beating heart. Oh, almost forgot your payment. Well, don't keep me in suspense. The geothermal plant? Now that is just incredible. You really went exploring down there? Adelaide always told us it was swarming with hostile mechanicals.
Not anymore.
That's a complete set. All 3 parts. I'm gonna be the greatest engineer Halcyon's ever seen. I've been saving something for you. Just a little contraption I found. Should fit right into your outfit.
Electrocharged surface. You're a legend, bro. Much appreciated. Alright. Alright. Is there anywhere else to look around here? Okay.
Destination reached. Scylla. Please avoid damaging your...
Yeah. We've got it, pal. Right. Let's continue.
Flawlessly finished. On the job.
Alright, that's one.
Take out the trash. Congratulations, customer. Your SAM unit is performing at peak capacity. Clean and ready to kill dirt. Resuming passive mode.
There's two. Awesome.
Take out the trash.
Creeping in the air,
So these have respawned. Must be for a reason. There we go. Happy days. Right. Let's fast travel over here. Let's get on the ship and we'll talk. Let's get off planets first. Because realistically this is what we'd do to escape danger. Okay.
Destination reached. The Groundbreaker.
I could probably spend years fixing this boat, stem to stern.
Probably could. And I'd appreciate it.
Hey, Cap. Outstanding. These ought to be enough. Let's get back to Monarch. There's an old base I used to call home. I can get us in the door, but we'll have to shoot our way through the Queen's brood to get to the center. We'll set the bait there. Password to the door is Charon. Hayes' idea. Clara, Hayes, Anders, Rebecca, Opal, Nyoka. Charon. He said it was some old myth. Something about death and all the things we killed. Rest of us just thought it sounded cool, so here we are. It's an old cave system we tried to turn into an encampment. You'll see when we get there. Fucking right we are.
Okay then.
Good to see you, boss.
Issuing sanitation ticket. Error! Refill printer paper.
Something on your mind?
Alright. I like it, how we're all in that accompanied space. Team's getting on well together. Let's eat some food.
We're now in orbit above Stellar Bay, Captain.
Cool. Alright, so how do we get down?
Hey, hold on there. I gotta sign you in. Don't think I've seen you around. That means you must be new to Stellar Bay. You are new here, right? Well, spit and sulfur. Mr. Sanjar keeps me posted at this landing pad, so I don't hardly know anything about what goes on in town. Still, you're here now, and that means I finally get to do this part. Okay, here goes. On behalf of Monarch Stellar Industries, welcome to Stellar Bay, home of the freshest sal tuna in Halcyon. Please state your name for the records. Swell. There's one for the logs. I'm even gonna give you your own entry code. I'm not supposed to do that. It's against procedure, but Mr. Sanjar isn't so strict about the rules here. Besides, I got a lot of empty entries to fill. We don't get ship traffic in town. Only off-worlders who do make it out here are sublight. They got a base in Fallbrook. And thank the stars for them, or we would have run out of Rizzo's Purple Berry Crunch years ago. Oh, that'll just make Mr. Sanjar's day if you tell him. The board makes up lots of nasty stories about raptidons and cannibals and whatnot. But that's all outside our walls. Mostly. Oh, sure. It makes Stellar Bay sound like a rotten place, but it's not so bad. Get a good breeze going, and the sulfur smell mostly covers up the fishy smell. Anyway, Mr. Sanjar's got lots to say on that subject. Kinda goes over my head, though. Mr. Sanjar will be mighty pleased to meet you. If you see him over at headquarters, maybe you could tell him I did a bang-up job of welcoming you? Oh, and if you're headed that way, maybe you could do me a favor? I got this Rizzo's Rangers Tossball poster coming in on the next sublight shipment, signed by the Black Hole himself. Only I haven't heard anything in a while. You think you could check with Celia to see if it's come in? Thanks a bunch. Celia works for Mr. Sanjar in the MSI building next to the bar. She's always there, so you can't miss her.
Well, I hate to say it to you, pal, but we've been here a bunch of times. Alright.
Something else I can do for you?
In case I did not impress it upon you before.
The place was that big, I completely missed that area. Okay.
We always got 8 hours a day for sleeping. Just not always consecutive.
My condolences. I appreciate consistent wages like any other sane person, but that still sounds awful. At least Sanjar gives his folk.
Thanks again for setting me up with Sebastian. Is there anything else I can help you with? You know, sending you is the first bright idea I've seen from that man, because I told him to stop bothering me about it a week ago. I still don't know anything about it, but if you want to help him, Velma's the one to ask. She's in the warehouse. But I'll warn you, Grim wore her patience thin a long time ago. Staying long? Hmm?
Well, we've already spoke to these guys and we're on great terms, so
I'd give you a friendlier welcome, but I'm up to my elbows in salt tuna guts.
We spat in your spirits, Velma.
You noticed my mood? I'm surprised you can see straight today.
I could be seeing triple and I'd still think you're being unkind. I just might find it funnier.
Will you try wrangling half a ton of dead fish with decades-old equipment and see what it does for your disposition? Anyway, what do you folks need?
she's got a point, to be fair.
This again? I swear, this is the last time I contract for any special requests. You can tell Grim his poster came in. You can also tell him I got a better offer for it. So now it's going to Nell. That about cover it? She runs the betting parlor across the way. Nice professional lady. She asked me about the poster once. Just once. Made a real generous offer, too. Damn right it is. It's staying locked up in my office until Nell shows with her money. Sure can. If you want to pay me more than Nell's offering. Fair enough. The damn thing's been a headache anyway. Take the poster then. And if I never hear another word about it, it'll be too soon. Something else on your mind?
See? Because we've helped out, we've managed to not have to buy it, which has worked out greatly in our favour, considering our bits are quite low at the minute. Okay. Here you go, buddy boy.
Have you had time to check on that poster yet? I keep wondering if it's come in. Would you look at that? The Rizzo's logo is nice and bright, and you can still smell the ink on Mr. Holcomb's signature. I can't thank you enough. Still, you can have the bits I was going to spend at the bar this week. And you know what? Take my old tossball blocker, too. Never get the chance to use it these days.
Appreciate you,
I'd
bro.
show you around, but I gotta keep watch. Just in case someone else comes along.
All right.
we go. I haven't set foot in here since... Well... I'm ready. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Here we go. That's how it's done, Captain.
Well, this is the spot. You know, I thought I'd be angry. I thought I'd storm in here in a rage and exterminate all these bugs and everything would be all right in the end. But I ain't. I'm mostly just empty. A little sad, maybe. The first night Hayes and I spent in here, we knew it was home. It's safe. It's got a nice chill to it. But mostly, it doesn't stink of sulfur. Monarch folks often joke about it. Not because of the smell or the grittiness it leaves in your throat. Not because of the headaches or the coughing. It's because there's no escaping it. It's life here, and there ain't anything you can do about it. But here, somehow the sulfur never made it. The nights we spent in here felt like vacations. So we started building. We hauled in steel, hired sublight folk to help. That's how we met Anders and Opal. They stuck around after our contract was up. Opal liked camping. Anders liked chasing her tail. 4 of us for a while, scraping together what bits we could to build our home. Then came Rebecca, a sawbones out of the Cascadia survivors, who took a kindness to Hayes. And Clara, her little sister. I'll admit I wasn't keen on taking her on at first, but for a teenager, she was surprisingly capable. More like attached at the hip to her older sister. Got a kind of strength between them, I suppose. She had a head for numbers, helped us trade hides for food and materials, negotiated contracts. Turned out to be mighty useful. Clara, Hayes, Anders, Rebecca, Opal, and me. 6 folks, 1 name, 1 family. Charon. Despite Monarch trying to kill us day in and day out, we managed to belong. Me too, Captain. But I'm starting to think that maybe I found another. Now let's get to shooting before I get all sentimental.
Returning fire!
Clara's Chiron medallion. Opal's Chiron medallion, should I say.
I wish these were more auspicious circumstances, but at least we're all here. This bringing them together, burying them. This is the kind of thing Hayes would have done. That makes it stupid. By all accounts, we should have left well enough alone, but that also makes it right. Captain, thank you. You mind if we rest a spell before we head out? I'd like to bury Opal and Clara proper before I lay everyone's medallions to rest. What? Why? Them's painful memories, Captain. Huh. That ain't a bad point. All right, Captain. Thanks. You know, I'd been assuming this entire stay on your ship thing isn't a permanent arrangement. Part of my contract? That said, you ain't been eaten or shot to death yet. Says a lot about the stability of your future. And to be honest, I'm about sick of sleeping on bar stools. So how's about this? You keep letting me stay on that ship of yours, and I'll keep shooting at the things you point at. Outstanding.
I hope this fancy soap we got is extra strength. I'm feeling a mite ripe.
Okay, let's go to the Unreliable.
Didn't I request no more fertilizer shipments be brought on board? Who keeps ordering these?
I could probably spend years fixing this boat, stem to stern.
Okay. So we need to go to Byzantium for both these quests. And this is on the same planet, I think. So if we go to speak to Phineas first, should have some kind of idea on the main mission. Or the main
We
storyline.
have successfully arrived at Phineas's orbital lab, Captain, and we are still in one piece. Shall I congratulate myself, or would you like to do the honors? Welcome back, Captain. How can I be of assistance? May luck be with
Alright, let's talk to Phineas.
I'd clap you on the shoulder if I went behind a wall of bulletproof glass. I don't know how you did it, but Hiram Blythe just sent me everything I needed. According to Hiram's message, Minister Clark has ordered a suspicious amount of dimethyl sulfoxide. It's almost as if he's hoarding the colony's remaining supply. Typical elitist, hoarding supplies during a time of scarcity. Once I have those chemicals, we can revive the Hope's colonists and put some decent people in charge. So, good news. You're going to Byzantium and stealing those chemicals. Exciting. If I had time and several blackboards, I could explain the details to you, but to put it briefly, dimethyl sulfoxide is the reason you're alive today. The chemical is absolutely essential to reviving the Hope's colonists. I need you to steal as much as you possibly can. The more, the better. If you don't bring me enough chemicals, I might not be able to save the Hope's colonists, and then nothing will stop the board from destroying this colony. Ah, yes, the details. I'm not about to ask you to rampage through Byzantium trading bullets with the board's agents. We'll have to resort to subterfuge. Carmen Imagawa. She's my contact in Byzantium. Meet her at the docks. She'll have all the necessary intelligence you require. I'm giving you my old nav key to Byzantium. You'll need it to land in the Golden City. Remember, you're looking for dimethyl sulfoxide. Big green bubbling vessel with a warning label. I'll take as much as you can find.
I'm glad we went here, because we wouldn't have been able to go to Byzantium otherwise.
You can trust her if that's what you're asking. Imagawa is the finest special agent in Byzantium that money can buy. My money, anyway. Of course, of course. What's on your mind? You've done fine work for Sublight. By the transitive property of reputation, I am now in Sublight's good books. Well done. What's on your mind?
Alright, we can't speak about anything else at the moment. Good stuff. We're doing really well, guys, at the moment. Look at our quest. So we've done all these quests completed. And we've only had one botched. And that was right at the start of the game, because we ended up having to kill whoever we had to do the quest for. Which was a little bit frustrating, but it is what it is. If I knew it was going to happen, then I would have obviously got that stuff before we had to kill them all. Okay, so we have got 3 quests for Byzantium now. We've got the main quest, and then a faction quest, and a companion quest. And then obviously we've got the other main quest, which is to travel to Eridanos, which I think it's a DLC.
You're adjusting before you pull. You're anticipating.
Of course I'm anticipating it. What if I...
Okay. All right.
On accident.
That's on account of your stance. You want to lean into it. Embrace it. Work with it. You're in control of your body, not the gun. Don't let a hunk of metal twist you around. You've been around powerful machinery all your life. You know.
Okay, it's actually on Terra 2. Fair enough.
Captain, I'm receiving an urgent docking request from another vessel.
Greetings from the Halcyon Parcel Service. Delivery is guaranteed within standard margins of certainty. I've got a special delivery for Alex Hawthorne of the Unreliable. With your permission, I'll see it transferred to your ship. With alacrity. Stand by, Captain Hawthorne. An HPS certified distribution technician has deposited the parcel into your cargo hold in accordance with hazardous waste disposal procedures. They dispense 3 complimentary spritzes of Anti-Cleo's Citrus Squirt Air Freshener. That's the HPS touch for you, Captain Hawthorne. On behalf of HPS, I'd like to remind you that HPS is not responsible for any damage, defacement, or unseemliness to your parcel. Thank you for your patience, and please remember HPS for all of your future parcel-related needs.
I understand we have decided to continue supporting the outlaw scientist, Dr. Phineas Wells.
Indeed.
Hawthorne, if you're getting
Trophy earned.
something's happened.
Peril at hand.
Got mixed up in some shady business on Gorgon. Should have known better. But I landed on something big. And now this job's an itch I can't stop scratching. There's a whole research compound left of the Sprats. I think I'm close to figuring out why. But something dangerous is closer to me. Got the job through one Minnie Ambrose. Top runger who just came into some money, was offering a hefty bid card for qualified help. Trust me, her money's good. Talk to Minnie. Take the job. If I ain't gonna live to see the payday, might as well be you. Consider us even, old pal.
I've gotten jobs from some unusual sources, but this is a first. Congratulations, Captain.
I don't mean to sound prim, Captain, but there's gotta be a better way to ask someone to do you a favor.
I just want to say, we gotta take this job. This is the closest I ever been to starring in a serial drama. Only thing we're missing is a couple of cameras and a soundtrack.
At least this won't be boring.
Lucky Montoya owed Captain Hawthorne a considerable debt. I believe this is what humans refer to as payback. Captain, the message contains landing coordinates for a small asteroid in the Charybdis cluster. It was recently registered to a Wilhelmina Ambrose. He was an old friend of Alex Hawthorne's. Lucky Montoya had a statistically significant tendency to encounter situations of extreme danger.
Well, yeah. I doubt this guy lost his arm filling out paperwork.
He was also the 4th best paid freelancer in the system. This had less correlation with his measured aptitudes, which rank at or below average, than with a pattern of fortunate circumstances. I have transferred the coordinates for Ambrose Manor to your navigation terminal. We can travel there when you are ready.
Gorgon. What kind of quest is it? A main one. Okay. Let's come back to that one. Trophy earned, paradise found. Byzantium freight port landing pad discovered.
Nothing exciting ever happens around here.
We're one of those MSI suits needed on Monarch. I can do it. Easy.
Are you still tinkering with that?
It's not gonna fix itself.
Don't we have repairs from?
Do you mind? I'm needing someone. Shh. No names, okay? The Phoenix is a wanted man, and the board has eyes everywhere in Byzantium. Yeah, you're looking to make contact with Minister... Magpie, right? I should warn you, it won't be easy. He spends most of his time in this estate, which is heavily guarded. Afraid not. He almost never leaves his home, and his guards never leave him. Whoa, I'm not one of your B&E specialists. I just provide intelligence. Some of the guards hang around Billingsley's House of Inebriation between shifts.
House of Inebriation? Count me the hell in!
Maybe you could do some reconnaissance there. You know, swipe a key while nobody's looking. Just remember, you didn't hear it from me. I've always been fascinated by birds. If you ever research Earth species, there are thousands of them, so colorful and distinct.
All of them trying to eat you, I'd wager.
The other thing about birds, though, is their environmental indicators. Exactly. I started thinking about everything we see around Halcyon, and all the things we don't see. For starters, You rarely come across anyone living in Byzantium who wasn't born here, even though we get ships in all the time. Doesn't that seem strange to you? And then there's the way nothing gets fixed. There used to be a suggestion box around here. People would drop ideas in. Nothing ever came of them, of course.
Sounds like my old job. I had all these bang-up ideas, you know? Like making everybody haul their own damn boxes. Never did catch on, though.
That's what I mean. Everyone needs a suggestion box so they can voice their thoughts. So what if nothing changes? I mean, there's a shredder at the bottom of the box, so I don't know what you'd expect to happen. But one day the shredder broke. No one came to fix it, and since it wasn't working, we didn't have anywhere to file our complaints. So you can imagine how messy things got. At first, management put up an out-of-order sign, but that just seemed to worry people, like they were advertising something wasn't working. They eventually took the whole suggestion box sign down so that people didn't have any expectations about it. But they never fixed it, never replaced it. Doesn't that seem odd to you?
If things are broken here, of all places, then I'm starting to think there ain't a hope left in this colony.
Things have kept on running this long, right? Or so I used to think. The whole episode made me wonder. If they can't fix something as simple as a suggestion box, what else aren't they fixing? After a while, I got connected with our mutual friend and started using my position here to feed him information when I could. That's it, really.
Alright, cheers for the info. Anything back here? Nope. See what I mean though with this game, you know, you can literally just explore areas that have nothing. And come on, man.
Hell of a job.
Okay. Bolter pistol. See what I mean? You've got these cool little areas where you do find things, and then you've got the areas that isn't anywhere, but it's very realistic in terms of just looking for places, or looking for things, should I say. Okay. Let's upgrade some shit.
Move along.
Once I'm retired, I'm gonna drink all the zero-G I can handle.
I wonder if I'll get to meet Chairman Rockwell.
I wonder if I'll get to meet Chairman Rockwell.
These are all retirees, cool. So is this like a retirement, like... Looks like a retirement area where they give, what are they called, man? I can't think of the word, but when you're retired you get a certain payment, don't you? If it comes to me, I'll let you know, guys. But pretty sure you know what I mean. Okay. Let's go up.
Yeah, boss? So we just sat around a table talking about a severed arm. Of all the weird things that happened on this ship, that ranks somewhere in the middle. You ever watch The Masked Marketeer? Episode 5 of The Masked Marketeer. First appearance of a recurring villain. Big old galoot, built like one of those industrial-class garbage compressors. His name? Tiny. Every adventure serial's gotta have a supporting character with an ironical name. It's a rule of the Genry. Masked Marketeer had a massive bruiser named Tiny, and we got ourselves a real unfortunate hullhead named Lucky. Coincidence? I think not. We're freelancers. We take any job we can get. But this one? The dying message of a stranger. A severed hand delivered in a crate. Let's just say it beats flying around the colony running errands. So, of course, I'm gonna be excited. Hey, I get it. Gotta hand it to me. Severed hand. That's what you were going for, right? That wasn't what you were going for. Yep, I can tell by the way you're glaring at me.
Not glaring, just sighing.
Yeah, boss?
Okay. I found out what it's called. It is called a pension. So they were possibly queuing up for their pension.
What's up? Sure. Right now, I'm feeling like a canid following a trail of treats. Like I'm being misled at best. At worst, walking into a trap. Keep those eyes open, Captain.
Oh, for sure
What's
will.
up?
I for sure will. Okay. Hey, look at this.
Something exciting happen around here for once.
Nothing wrong with stability. It means everything's running like clockwork.
This place looks amazing, man.
Don't you ever want a little fun? Maybe see a marauder ship get blown to bits overhead?
What a thing to say. Everyone knows marauders can't fly.
Hey.
Huh?
Janitor. Holy fuck almighty. I thought that's where we were going.
And how did they ever get permission to land?
This place is huge, man. Okay. Very cool.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. Want to be famous? Kid, you got presence. Natural magnetism. Know what I mean? Tell you what, you're gonna like it a whole lot more once we start talking bits. Listen, you got an agent? Some kind of representation? A mad scientist? Guy sounds like he's moonlighting. Here's some free advice. If you want to make it in this business, you gotta work with professionals. Listen, you got a real special quality, raw energy. I see you in pictures, kid. I'm making a feature, Space Pirates of Moros Prime. It's gonna be a hit. But we still need a star. And I think you got the chops.
Boss, we have to.
Your pal's got the right idea. He's also got a certain expendable look. Bring him along. We've got a lot of stunts to shoot. So what do you say? You ready for the chance of a lifetime?
Let's go, Maverick Johnston.
Terrific. We're holding auditions at the studio. Head to Odeon Pictures and take the elevator.
Odeon
You're
Pictures.
going all the way to the top, baby.
Hell yeah. Let's get this on the road.
You're gonna be big. I can feel it.
Hell yeah. I am for real.
A UDL security attendant is always prepared.
Nice to know. Did he go in this area? Also, guys, if you shot at any of these, then all your missions would, like, disappear. But it's an option you can actually do. Not that I'm crazy enough to do that. The only reason I did that in the first part of the game was because it was a choice we had to make. Okay.
So much wasted money here. Decadence ain't gonna save you when the beasts get through the walls.
Just imagine busting up all these windows, looting all these stores.
CNP, I can't believe it's not forced. It's unbelievable how...
The dissidents actually took over the refinery.
Hey, munition stall. Perfect.
Looking for weapons? You've come to the right place. Every Byzantine needs high-quality armaments, and you won't find better anywhere else.
See what you got, buddy. Let's ask you this first, though.
Why? To defend their property, of course.
Exactly.
Byzantium is the best of what Halcyon has to offer. It's up to us to protect it.
You ought to worry about protecting your eyes. What happened? You're running with scissors?
What? Oh, the eye patch is just for show.
What?
But the weapons are all real and of the highest quality.
It's just for show. Alright, Captain Murdoch, calm down, pal.
Marauders, dissidents, especially large sprats. One never knows what threat might arise.
Got a point there.
Oh, please. From what I've seen of this city, a rusty nail is the most hazardous peril you've ever suffered.
The point is to be adequately prepared.
Exactly.
And good preparation is a powerful deterrent.
He's got a point.
One can never be too well armed. Who knows when the hordes may hurl themselves at our gates?
We'll come back to you in a minute, pal. Actually, we might need some heavy
The best
ammo.
defense is a powerful offense, is it not? What can I help you find?
Okay, that'll do.
was supposedly based on a real incident.
Spacer's Choice dehydrated coffee powder. Just add air. Now available in carbonate.
I think this is where we came from, isn't it? Nope.
I've always loved that sculpture.
It's an honor, and you say that every time.
It's strange, though. I thought Byzantium was the center of house.
You, with the hips. Over here. Let me take a closer look at you.
Don't speak. Hold that posture for a moment while I admire you. You have a natural contrapposto, my dear. The way you rest your weight against your hip suggests a certain rugged charisma possessed only by the mighty primal and the well-traveled spacer. Splendid. I love it. Ah, Celeste, you've done it again. I knew from the moment I laid eyes on you that I'd found my muse. I'm Celeste Jolicoeur, and you, my dear, are exactly what Byzantium needs. Darling, you and that brutish swagger of yours have been on my mind the moment you stepped into my studio. I'm working on a new line of clothing that will shock this city to its core, and I'd like your help. What do you say, my dear? Care to make history with me? Marvelous! You and I are gonna wake this city up like a cold splash of wine to the face. What I need is a survey of the outside world. What does the common laborer wear? How do the wild-eyed madmen of Monarch dress themselves? I've heard rumors, but I require samples. Also, I expect you to model for me. Oh, you cad. You'll be the talk of Byzantium once I'm done with you. I'll need you to model for me the following. The apparel of an iconoclast, the armor of a marauder, and a full ensemble of spacer gear. Helmet included. And when I say spacer gear, I mean an outfit worn by real spacers. None of that garbage Spacer's Choice pedals. You have the bearing and demeanor of a born model. You're going to absolutely murder this job. Fabulous! I can't wait to see what you dredge up. Well, for the good law's sake, darling, how can you expect me to dress her properly? Fetch her here so I can take her measurements and judge her aesthetic.
Forgot to bring her.
Unless you bring her in, there's no way I can do a proper fitting. If I were an enterprising spacer in need of a wardrobe, I'd probably head to the Groundbreaker. For you, anything. Outside Byzantium? Of course not. There's nothing for me outside Byzantium. Byzantium has lost its élan vital. Everything about this city is so dreadfully stale. I want to make people uncomfortable the way you do. You're an outsider. You clearly don't belong in Byzantium, and yet you strut about, doing as you please. I'm not some common buttonmonger, darling. I'm an artist. It's my job to make you uncomfortable. You're very welcome.
Can we travel back to the ship? Okay. Let's quickly change who we're going with.
Near maple syrup. It's near this complete breakfast.
I only wish...
Auntie Cleo's ketchup.
Okay, so that was the way we came in. Just trying to figure it out, guys.
Spacer's choice.
I love Byzantium.
I can't wait to see those outfits. What can I do for you, darling? Let me get a good look at you. Turn around, please, darling. My word. Such muscular shoulders. You're a vision, dear.
I am no such thing, ma'am.
Nonsense. You're absolutely lovely. Chin up now. I have just the thing for you. Let me do a back-of-the-envelope calculation. Materials, labor, licensing and copyright. There. Love. That's the ultimate luxury, darling. Love. Oh, gracious me.
I don't get why that's funny, ma'am.
Oh, my cherub. Who woos for love anymore? That's so... precious. All right, Captain. Here is the absolute best I can do for you. Darling, do I look like an amateur? I read her measurements by eye. And don't you ask, because they're no one's business but her own. As you wish, darling. All my pieces are custom made. As soon as you pay, I can start working.
Okay, we've got to come back to that. Unfortunately. Okay, so that's one quest we need to be able to buy the outfit.
Remember that stranger I saw in the square?
Billingsley's House of Inebriation.
You have a rather exotic presence.
Hey, stand back, you. I'm part of Minister Clark's personal detail, and that means you gotta keep 5 feet back at all times. Of course not. But I'm not on the job right now. The others took me out to celebrate on account of me just getting hired and all. He's basically the most important person in the colony, which makes me the most important guard in the colony. Yeah. That means I got a key to the minister's estate, my own personal UDL-issued shotgun. They don't give those out to just anyone. That's right. Not just anyone is allowed to have a key to Minister Clark's residence. It's all very high level. That's a great idea! I'll have a Spectrum vodka.
Captain, I can smell him from clear over here. I reckon he's had a fair number already.
Sure have, 'cause today's my big day.
He's got powerful good ears, too.
and a powerful thirst. You have a Spectrum vodka for a new pal? Oh, he's, medium height with, like, medium-colored hair and, like, a kind of a medium face. Just like in his posters. Oh, you definitely recognize him if you saw him. He's very important.
Have you tried our new cocktail sponsored by Rizzo's? 1 part purple Spectrum vodka, 1 part artificial tomato-like substitute juice. We call it a Blue Bloody Mary. Then you'll want to speak with our automechanical inebriation assistant, located just over there. Quite so, but I would never lower myself to do something as gauche as tending bar. My automechanical assistant does all the work for me. Oh, by all means, ask away. I don't believe in work. Work is for automechanicals and lower classes. I suppose there is something charming about work in a parochial sort of way. Personally, I can't imagine ruining my sleeves by rolling them up. We all have our roles in society. I like to think of myself as an entrepreneur. This drinking establishment is my investment. Rizzo's Spectrum Vodka is about to release its newest color, ultraviolet, completely invisible to the naked eye.
Please allow me to improve your drinking experience with fine cocktails and pre-approved banter. Request confirmed. Banter protocol activated. Welcome, attractive patron, to Billingsley's House of Inebriation. Did you know that despite being an extremely valuable, one-of-a-kind creation, I have been programmed to simulate self-loathing and contempt for myself?
Hey, you look familiar. Have we met before? Cheers to me! Hey, you're really great. Have I told you that? We should be friends. Wow, listen to me. I'm soaked. I should probably slow down before I'm face down on the tile somewhere. Who am I kidding? I could have another. You got another?
Please allow me to improve your drinking.
Hey, you look familiar.
Spectrum vodka to give you. Swear I just bought that.
Please allow me.
Hey.
Spectrum vodka yellow, Spectrum vodka orange.
Please allow me.
The red one, maybe? Oh, we've got all...
Hey, look. It's not every day you get your dream job, right? Wow, you got like this crazy energy. Has anyone ever told you that? You're like a manosaur. You got a manosaur energy. Oh, Laws. I gotta stop. I'm seeing at least 2 of you.
Only 2? You got a ways to go.
Have you always been here? I didn't see you a minute ago. Hey, buddy. Oh, he's, medium height with, like, medium colored hair and, like, a kind of a medium face. Just like in his posters. Everyone tells me he's very private, okay? Besides, I just started.
Please allow me to...
Oh, I really shouldn't. I'll have the worst hangover tomorrow if I don't stop. You know, that's a very good point. Yeah. Was that one supposed to taste like Purple Berry Crunch? Or am I just tasting breakfast? I don't feel so good. I think I'm gonna be sick. I just need to sit down.
Did he just die? I don't want to kill him, man. I just wanted to get him drunk. What a savage thing to do, man. That is completely savage.
I've always loved that sculpture.
Your best find this week.
Didn't even know we were fucking meant to fucking... kill him, like, you know what I mean? That was savage, man. Yikes.
Arrow someone up for slandering trademark.
Only wanted to get him drunk. I didn't want to actually kill the guy. But there you go. Obviously. We were meant to be savage like that. You've got a teapot canned.
What's done is a rock mine.
Citizens, today marks a monumentous occasion in the course of Halcyon history. After a deep and thorough examination of our budgets, revenue streams, and predictive models, we are publishing our yearly success report. Profits are soaring, promotions abound. Thanks to your continued hard work, Halcyon is healthier and more productive than ever. In the coming months, Byzantium will be sure to see the many rewards reaped from your diligent labor. Once we nail down the details, I can't wait to share what's in store. For now, my friends, keep up the hard work.
So, we'll come back to all this.
Remember that stranger I saw in the square? The one who... I've always loved that sculptor. I love Byzantium.
So where were you meant to... There you are. Just trying to figure out where the other area was then. Okay.
The dissidents actually took over the refinery. I can't believe it.
BNP Bourse Pocket. Can be microwaved in 2.5 seconds. Bourse Pocket.
Okay, we've been that way. Let's go.
Nothing exciting ever happens around here.
Let's go this way.
I'm afraid I can't come down anymore, my good man. I'd have to request a counter waiver.
A UDL security attendant is always prepared.
My dear
Right, well, we definitely need to get the bits up. So that we can start affording things. See what's in this parcel service area.
You have a rather exotic presence. A new Auntie Cleo's facial mask, perhaps? Or experimental pheromones?
Burning the midnight oil, are we? The Halcyon Parcel Service's work is never done. Welcome to Halcyon Parcel Service. Deliveries guaranteed within standard margins of accuracy. Halcyon Parcel Service is the most dependable parcel delivery service in the colony. You might even say we're part and parcel of Halcyon's commercial enterprise. That's just a little parcel joke. Nope, just parcels. We don't deal in packages. It's very technical. Halcyon Parcel Service strictly adheres to the standards and definitions of packaging as outlined by the Executive Ministry of Accuracy and Morale. We can ship all the parcels you want. But if I start shipping packages, I could get into some real trouble. Handcuffs and hard labor trouble.
I'm afraid I can't help you at the moment. Have a prosperous day.
Alright, Wanda Chen, calm down. Right. That's that area discovered.
Those wastrels in Emerald Vale have all abandoned their work. Did you know? How typical.
If only you knew, pal. If only you knew what happened. Okay. Victor Osterhaupt.
Welcome to the Bureau of Exploration. We're not currently offering any tours.
Alonso Vallejos.
Well, you're obviously not from around here. I don't believe I've ever seen visitors in the Bureau before, come to think of it. If you were from around here, you'd probably be off enjoying yourself in Prosperity Plaza, not poking around the Bureau. Alonso Vallejos. Extraordinarily pleased to make your acquaintance, and so on and so forth. I'm currently operating a sightseeing tour of sorts. Think of it as a guided journey across Halcyon. Would you be interested in a trial run? Glad you asked. Our tour guides you across some of the most picturesque and breathtaking sights around Halcyon. We've placed some beacons across a series of locations around Halcyon. All you have to do is follow the beacons to adventure. That slogan's a work in progress. So, what do you think? Are you interested? Outstanding! Here, you'll need this special triangulating device. Think of it as a wireless compass, pointing the way to the next beacon. When you find a beacon, this device records your discovery and directs you to the next stop on your tour. Find every beacon, finish your tour, and come back here to claim your commemorative hat. Simple!
Okay, we'll come back to that in a second. What happens if we do this?
Wow, you got that?
Okay, well. Shit ton of loot, by the looks of things.
Great work.
Halcyon Holdings Corporation, Bureau of Exploration, Terminal Access Messages. Welcome, Rachel Lockwood. 2S Zhao. Messages from R. Lockwood to S. Zhao, or Zhao, subject medical treatment. Sandra just got back from Billingsley's, had not one, not two, but three near maple liqueurs. Almost done with this project I've been working on for the past 6 months. Decided to celebrate. Hey, don't worry, I'll save some celebrating for the two of us. I'm thinking maybe Celeste's haberdashery stop over at Lovegrove's. Couple hours at Chancery's, end of the night with a bang at Bijot's. What do you think? Question mark. From J. Lockwood to R. Lockwood, subject your receptionist. Rachel, I don't like hearing rumours about my daughter having a drink with her own receptionist. We've talked about this. Victor's family is falling out of favour. If he was worthy of your attention, he would have made a senior position by now. Don't drag the Lockwood name down with him. Don't drag the Lockwood name down with him. To W. Billingsley. From R. Lockwood. Subject, help. William, two of my colleagues went missing last night. No one's heard from them, and I'm afraid I might be next. I need to go away for a little while, a few days, maybe a week. Just until everything sorts itself out. I wish I could tell you more, but I can't. I'm sorry. I'm going down into the tunnels. I was wondering if you could send one of your mechanicals with some food or something, please? Question mark. Maybe some cocktail, olives and pea-free nuts. I'll pay you back. Interesting. So obviously someone's out to find them.
Hey, welcome back.
I tell you what, we'll change the font in our contracts as per your request, if you'll replace the landscaping around your offices as per ours.
Throw in a clause about hosting our weekly bridge tournaments, and you've got yourself a deal.
You drive a hard bargain, my good man.
They've got to pay me for something, my dear fellow.
Rizzo's Purpleberry Fudge.
All right, how does this sound? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to walk into you like that. Oh, my goodness. Ruth Bellamy? I simply adore your work.
We've been over this already. You can't rehearse running into Ruth Bellamy. It's not going to work.
Fine, fine. What about this? Oh, my stars!